Confidence, I believe, is internal. It's something that's in you. And it's something that you can gain based on the people who are around you and how they interact with you and what they tell you. I did not hear at home a lot, you can do anything, but I heard it a lot outside of the home. My teachers. Did you know that only 1.9% of women entrepreneurs, 0.9% of Black business owners, and just 0.5% of Black women entrepreneurs ever cross the seven-figure mark? That changes right here. If you are ready for high-level, high-income conversations about all things millions, your mission, your mindset, your methodologies, your mandate, your movement, your messaging, your marketing, your metrics, and of course, your money, just by listening, your income is going all the way up. Every week, you'll hear powerful stories, transformational interviews, and million-dollar business growth insights to help you scale and sustain a seven-figure business with grace and ease, not hustle and grind. I am your host, Dr. Darnyelle Jervey Harmon, award-winning spiritual business growth strategist, eight-figure entrepreneur, and God girl on a mission to help you experience abundance in your life because of your business. This is the Move to Millions podcast. Welcome home. Welcome back to the Move to Millions podcast. I am your host, Dr. Darnyelle, God girl, eight-figure entrepreneur, and the award-winning CEO of Incredible One Enterprises. We are in a soul leadership series. I'm so excited. And what I've heard from you after the first episode lets me know that this is what you are most realizing you need right now in your business. So that excites me to no end. So if you have not listened to the first episode in this series, make sure you go back and listen to it because it's going to inform everything that we do. In our first episode, we really talked about the fact that strategy alone is not enough, right? If it were just about strategy, you'd already be making millions. But if you aren't, it is likely that you need to add in some soul work, which we are calling soul leadership. And so in this episode, we're getting into the first pillar inside of this particular part of the methodology that we have as a part of our global methodology and framework, the Move to Millions method. Soul leadership is now one of the pillars that we are working with our clients on in our House of Millions programs because we recognize the significance of bringing your soul together with your strategy. In fact, I'm going to go so far as to say you need to be operating and working on your soul at 3 times the rate you are working on your strategy. The strategies you already have are working even in this market. Yes, they're still working. Now listen, the market is different. Things have changed. The amount of time it's taking for a client to come into your programs, especially if you sell higher end programs, that sales cycle may be a little bit longer than you're used to. You may see people needing more time to pay or looking for more favorable payment terms, but people are still buying and the strategies are still working. You may have to make some tweaks. But what makes every strategy works better is the soul work that we do in the process. And so this week, we're going to get all the way up in and through confidence. Confidence is my favorite. You know, it doesn't matter where I go. I just recently did a speaking engagement. And during that speaking engagement, there were approximately 1,000 people at the event. Now, when I spoke, I'm not exactly sure how many were in the room. I think, let's say 700 people were in the room when I spoke. I spoke on the first day, like early in the day. And I will tell you that no less than 300 people stopped me after my talk on that stage on day one. And part of what they shared with me is that they thanked me for my confidence, that they wanted to figure out how I became so confident. Here's what I say to every single person: my confidence is within. Now, if you know my story, and I'm going to share a little snippet of it, that could be a whole episode by itself, then you understand why I'm confident. My very first book is called If You Understood My Past, You Would Understand My Praise, because your girl has been through a thing or two. So I was born to drug addicted turned crack addicted parents in the projects of Wilmington, Delaware. My parents got divorced very, very young. My mom went to jail when I was 8. I went to live with my dad and my stepmom. I've got 7 brothers and sisters on my mom's side and 4 on my dad's side. They share 3. I'm smack dab in the middle. And from the onset of coming into this earth realm and meeting my family and interacting with my family, I always knew I was different. And I also made a decision very early on that because as I learned my birth story, I defied the odds even in the womb, that gave me my confidence. And so I do believe that I came here like that. Now, what I'm not saying is that every single day of every single week, I am dripping with confidence. No, I'm human and I have those moments when I doubt too. Now, they don't linger very long because I don't allow them, but I am human and I allow my humanity to seep in because that's what we should do. And I've learned how to fortify my confidence. And so throughout my upbringing, my early education years, teacher after teacher after teacher saw my promise and potential and helped me to hone it. And that only heightened my confidence. Confidence, I believe, is internal. It's something that's in you. And it's something that you can gain based on the people who are around you and how they interact with you and what they tell you. I did not hear at home a lot, you can do anything, but I heard it a lot outside of the home. My teachers, they saw it, they honed it, they relished it, they helped me to see it. Even when I would be berated by the kids in school at those young ages, because I knew who I was and because I knew that so many other people could see it too, I would take all of the bullying as an indication that they could see my greatness and they didn't like it. I believe that we're presented often with mirror moments where we are mirroring back or what is being mirrored back to us through looking at or interacting with someone else is who we really see, what we're really insecure about, and those types of things. So I learned very early on that what other people think of me is not my business. And my confidence is going to be a mirror. And either they're going to like what they see or they're going to buck. But either way, I'm going to be confident. I believe that confidence is honoring God for creating you. I mean, like for real, like I think it's that simple. So anyway, we're going to get into this lesson in this episode all about confidence, knowing that your creation is a gift. So here's what nobody tells you. The most powerful entrepreneurs don't have confidence because they're successful. They're successful because they decided to believe what they created is sacred before the world ever affirmed it. Confidence is not about ego. It's about identity. I want to say that one more time for the people in the back. Confidence is not about ego. It's about identity. The reviews are in. Move to Millions, the proven framework to become a $1 million CEO with grace and ease instead of hustle and grind is a bestseller. With thousands of copies sold, we are raising a generation of $1 million CEOs. You got next. Grab your copy and our bonuses today at movetomillionsbook.com. Move to Millions Live 2025 might be over, but welcome to the afterglow. When we're in the afterglow, we are basking in the significance of all that transpired in the room. And while you may have missed 2025, it's the perfect time to get your ticket for 2026. Go now to movetomillionsevent.com/afterglow to grab your ticket at the best investment plus our special bonuses. That's right. The Afterglow is ready for you to get your ticket to Move to Millions Live 2026. And if you don't believe that your business is a gift from God, you'll always underplay it and underprofit because of it. Confidence is the decision to trust the value of what you've been called to create, even if no one else does. No one else has to see and agree that you are amazing and the best thing since pockets except for you. Do you know that you will win people to your confidence by being confident? I say all the time, your confidence will close more sales than your skills ever will. It's a game changer to be confident. It's why so many people want to figure out how it could be bottled and sold to them. I remember when I was in corporate America many, many years ago, I had become a personal banking officer in the financial services company where I worked. And I was invited to speak at an officer meeting. And listen, anytime I get to open my mouth, I'm here for it all day, twice on Sunday. And so I did the talk at the officer meeting. And as the meeting was over, at that point in time, the division president was literally making a beeline to me. And I'm like, oh crap, what did I do? He gets up to me and he's like, that was amazing. Meet me in my office on Monday. And I just kind of looked at him. He's like, no, seriously, if I could bottle your confidence and sell it, I'd be making billions of dollars. Like, that is literally what he said to me. And I went to his office on Monday. I got an instant promotion and started to become a spokesperson speaking on behalf of the company because of my ability to orate, because of my confidence in myself. Confidence is the internal game that you win that externally other people celebrate. Even those who don't like how confident you are, they will still celebrate it. And so I realized that it's not about being loud. It's not about performing for the applause. It's about being grounded in the truth that you understand your greatness. You know that when God created you, he really was showing the world what incredible looks like. And you recognize and you honor that. You honor your creation through showing up fully, boldly, flat-footed, playing all out in all ways so that other people can see your confidence and be inspired to find their own. Confidence is the soul posture that actually says, I was assigned to this and I don't need permission to take up space. Oh, that is so good. So good. So good. Let's talk about the real cost of having a lack of confidence. A lack of confidence can cost you millions of dollars over time. You know what I mean. You second guess the brilliant ideas that were divinely downloaded to you. You discount your services in order to be more accessible, or you say, some money is better than no money. You stay stuck in your head when you know you were meant to be leading from your soul. You shrink on stages, in pitches, or next to people who don't even have your anointing. Can we sidebar and talk about that for a second? I'm going to be telling on myself here. But there were years before I was on the stage, when I would be sitting in the audience and I would literally be sitting there shaking my head because I knew I was better. Now, I had my own stuff that had me in the audience and not on the stage, right? I wasn't putting myself out there. I was hiding in plain sight. I was letting my greatness rot because I was afraid of whatever I was afraid of when I was afraid of it. And so many of us do that. We know we are the best thing since pockets, yet we do not show up and show out because we're afraid what others might think. Now, listen, I get it. Maslow's hierarchy of needs says that every single one of us as human beings, we have an innate need to feel safe and to feel like we belong. And there are spaces that I've been in, so I know there's spaces that you've been in, where you do show up in confidence and you are berated for it. You are bullied and it makes you feel unsafe. And so you shrink back. I'm hoping that you'll begin to stop shrinking back and instead you'll rise up in the power of knowing that your confidence is a gift, not just to yourself, but to others, of what greatness looks like and what it means to know, honor, and appreciate your creation, because God took the time to bless the world with you. I have been accused my fair share of times of being cocky. I've been accused my fair share of times of thinking I am better than someone else. I don't have time or energy to think about being better than someone else. And I also don't have to think that because you're busy thinking it for me. Why should I spend my energy on that? But what I recognize is that when my confidence bumps up against someone else's insecurity, they will call me cocky or they will call me arrogant. But I don't take ownership of that because I know who I am and I know the gifts and talents that are on the inside of me. And because I know that, I am willing to disrupt and be disruptive. I'm willing to rub you the wrong way if it gets you to recognize your own greatness and to show up more confidently. I'm willing to do that. I'll take one for the team because I really want you to show up as the greatness that you are. And I don't care who you are. You are greatness. And if you can rise up into that, oh my gosh, this world would be such an incredible one. So the cost of a lack of confidence, it's going to show up in your business. 78% of entrepreneurs report experiencing some form of imposter syndrome. That means that even high achieving women that you admire are walking around pretending to be confident. We've heard it. I mean, we've all listened to Oprah doing an interview with some amazing human that we love, that we would just love to spend 5 minutes in their shoes. And they say things like, I didn't think I was worth it, or I questioned if I was enough. And I get it. That's our humanity. But we also have a divine right to tap into the confidence that God gave us before we were formed in our mother's womb. I love that quote in Jeremiah. And he's talking to Jeremiah, and he's trying to give Jeremiah the confidence to go out and do what God called him to do in that instant by telling him that he was known and he was approved. You are known and you're approved. Your confidence should not be in question because of who created you. There's the likelihood, until you understand the significance of being confident, that you will walk around quietly doubting if you are enough. And let's tell the truth, that'll show up in undercharging. That'll show up in overinflating your programs and your packages. Some of y'all ought to be like, you really need to stop, because you are giving them everything in the kitchen sink and charging them a low price of. This is not an infomercial. This is your life. This is your life's work. You have got to charge in accordance to the value that you bring to the market. I want you to just think about the value over even just the next 5 years. If you were to teach a client how to do something that they did not know, that they learned as a result of working with you, and in learning it, they begin to apply it and become competent and then confident in that thing, and it creates revenue for them. It creates a job promotion for them. It creates, you fill in the blank for them, all because you taught them that thing. That is the value that should be represented in the price point that you associate with your offering, not the things you load it with to try to justify the price that is under what you really should be charging and under what the market will bear for that particular service. Want to know what it's like to work with me and the Incredible Factor University coaching team? You can get started today with the Move to Millions 90-day business growth planner. 90 days at a time, you'll be setting your business on a trajectory that will make the move to millions happen much faster for you. It's got everything that you need to track every strategy, every sale, all of your KPIs, as well as your self-care and life transformational needs. We made sure we left nothing out of this amazing planner. And by accessing the planner, you'll get a behind-the-scenes view of what it's like to work with me and my team. Go grab yours today at movetomillionsplanner.com. Move to Millions Live 2025 might be over, but welcome to the afterglow. When we're in the afterglow, we are basking in the significance of all that transpired in the room. And while you may have missed 2025, it's the perfect time to get your ticket for 2026. Go now to movetomillionsevent.com/afterglow to grab your ticket at the best investment plus our special bonuses. That's right. The Afterglow is ready for you to get your ticket to Move to Millions Live 2026. If you are undercharging, it's likely because you are not confident and you don't believe that you are worth it. And if you don't believe in it, you're not going to actually be able to build it. Like, it's just not going to happen. I believe that confidence is a spiritual posture, not a marketing trick. Confidence isn't something that you market. It's something that you embody. And when you understand the significance of being confident and where it comes from, everything changes. It comes from knowing that your business, your work, your life, your gifts, your talents are a divine assignment. God handpicked every gift he gave you for you. I mean, can we just stop right there for a second? God handpicked every gift and talent that he gave you for you. He put it in you because he knew well in advance that there were going to be people out in the world that would need the very gift that you take for granted. the very gift that you dismiss and downplay, the very gift that you are undercharging for right now. A lot of the work that we do with our clients, especially in getting them to seven figures, because it's not about the strategy, they already have a winning strategy. It's about right fitting their pricing. Often I look at the price point associated with their product or service and I shake my head because I know they could be commanding so much more for it, but they won't because they don't feel confident in it. Here's what I know. I know that the assignment that you're on wasn't given to you randomly. It was given to you divinely. That God actually earmarked you to receive it. You were chosen to solve a specific problem on this planet in a way that only you can. And if you could understand that, if I can help you in this episode to understand that, I'm hoping that I can help you to understand that you should be, must be, have to be confident, because someone else is going to be looking to your confidence to give them permission to take the step that they most need to take right now. I love the scripture in Philippians 1:6, being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. That confidence, it's not rooted in performance. It's rooted in the promise. It's rooted in knowing that you are not the source, you are the steward. And it's anchored in another scripture in Ephesians 2:10. For we are God's masterpiece. He has created us anew in Christ Jesus so we can do the good things he planned for us long ago. When you know that you are a masterpiece, it changes the game, and you stop treating your gifts like a side hustle, like an afterthought, like something to be undercharged for. And instead, you begin to actually show up and operate in accordance with a recognition of who you are and whose you are. Let's talk about how confidence shows up in a soul-led business. Let's make this very real. When confidence is integrated, it's not just aspirational. Everything begins to shift. In your offers, you stop shrinking. Your pricing begins to reflect your results, not your fears. In your team, you hire from vision, not survival. In your leadership, you stop explaining your boundaries and start enforcing them with love and power. In your energy, you show up like a woman or a man with nothing to prove and everything to claim. When confidence is anchored in identity, you don't wait to be validated. You know that the invitation is your validation. You already know it. This was never about them clapping. It was always about you obeying and standing boldly in the gifts that are you. Here are 3 ways that you can begin to build soul-led confidence right now, because you don't have to wait for your next level to feel confident. You can do it right now. Number 1, speak this affirmation aloud every single morning. What I create is a gift from God. I was chosen for this assignment and I show up accordingly. Number 2, audit your pricing, your messaging, and your presence. Where are you dimming your light to make others feel comfortable? And what would shift if you truly believed that your voice was sacred in the market? And number 3, journal this prompt. If I truly believed my business was a divine gift, would you raise your prices? Would you launch that product or service? Would you walk away from that client? Would you pitch that podcast? Would you speak your message? Would you trust yourself more? Would you put your book idea out there? Would you start showing up fully? What would you do? Once you get the answer that is already within you, begin to do that thing, one foot in front of the other. Walk into what it is. I believe God will give you more while you're moving than he ever will if you stand still. So move in the direction of your confidence. Move as if your life depends on it, because it does. Confidence is not a volume game. It's not about being louder. It's about being more aligned. When you root your confidence in your calling, your current results, all of it begins to move and allow you to position yourself from proving to actually taking possession. And if you are ready to anchor into that kind of power, and if this episode has stirred anything in you, then I want to invite you to apply for a soul and strategy conversation with me. This is where we will actually uncover what it would look like for you to scale your business in confidence. This is where we will audit your business and really see the gaps that you currently have that need to become gateways to your first or next 7 figures. Because I want to be very, very clear. You don't need more hype in your life. You actually just need more alignment to the confidence that is within you. All that you need, you already have. LaFern Beatty said that. I will never forget the day she said that to me. All that you need, you already have. The Adonaiah principle. Shout out to LaFern Beatty. Such a powerful revelation. God gifted you with confidence, talent, and ability. It is time for you to rise up and walk in your confidence, because it is centrifugal to your soul leadership and your ability to leverage your soul to enact the strategies that will take you all the way to 7 figures and beyond. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Thank you for joining me for the Move to Millions podcast. If this episode has impacted you in any way, would you please take a moment and rate and review? Doing so helps us to deepen our impact and expand our reach around the world. And if you are ready to start your very own Move to Millions, I highly recommend that you order your very own copy of my brand new best-selling book, Move to Millions, the proven framework to become a $1 million CEO with grace and ease instead of hustle and grind. You can get your copy and our bonuses today at movetomillionsbook.com. Until next time, remember, millions are your birthright, and to access them, you need only move. I'll see you next time.